What's up, soul family? Welcome back to Tarot to the Core. Here to bring you another tarot reading. Now, you saw the decks at the beginning of the video. I hope you used your intuition to choose wisely. I don't want you just picking because you like a number, or before you saw the video you already had a number in your head. When you see the piles, you choose the deck of the first number that probably pops in your head or feels right to your gut. So that way you get the proper reading. But I want everybody to remember these are just generalized readings. So some things may not apply to you, but I hope they do. And I really hope you enjoy this reading. And if you really like the reading and you like what you hear, please comment at the bottom. If you have any suggestions, I would also like you to comment those. And also, if you really like the video, please hit subscribe to my channel. And if you would ever like your own personal reading, you can hit me up at tarottothecore@gmail.com or visit my Instagram and DM me there, and I will give you a consult. I also provide energy readings and other types of energy work. If you would like to be interested in that, you can also contact me at those same places, and we can have a consult and figure out what you would like to do and how you would like to help yourself energetically, getting more in touch with yourself and figure out what's going on, and really figure out through me how tarot can help you figure out how to help you through your life and how to help you energetically and figure out what might be wrong energetically. I also use other tools and whatnot. So please contact me, give me a consult. I hope you enjoy your reading. Please hit subscribe if you like this. Love you all. Stay tuned for the reading. Okay, soul family, here we are. Here we have your June forecast. Welcome. You got your group 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you should use your intuition to pick from these decks. And I'd like to give a shout out to Invictus Arcana, who made these wonderful wands over here. They're beautiful. She's a wonderful artist. You can check her out. She's on Instagram, and she also has an Etsy to sell these wands. You can go to her Instagram and check out her wands. She's an awesome artist, awesome person. I recommend you check her out if you're into wands and other stuff for your altars if you would like. But here we are for the June forecast, everybody. All right, as you remember, I'm Destry, your Knight of Light, your local wizard, here to bring you what you need to hear for June. So we'll start moving on. We'll get to group 1. All right, group 1, I'm going to shuffle the deck. We're going to see what messages you have here for June. All right, shuffle the deck here. All right, so for June, your first card is cruelty. We're just going to put that over there. And what I'm hearing with cruelty, I mean, this can come out a number of ways. So in June, I mean, from what I'm hearing, all with this quarantine or anything, you might be being really cruel to yourself because things aren't working out the way you wanted to. You could have lost your job, and now you're all worried, or a lot of things might have happened in June, maybe in a relationship and everything. It shouldn't be hard on yourself. You should really look into this and find out why you're being hard on yourself. Being cruel to yourself can really put negative energy, and then you put it out to other people, and other people don't want to be around you. I mean, I understand during quarantine and during this time that we're all inside, a lot of us might have been alone, didn't know what to do with ourselves because we're not used to being alone. We're used to being, I hear you're a very tribal person. You want to be around people. But we bring your second card here, and you get satiety, the 10 of Cups, which you see all the light flowing from each card, and in the background you have the Tree of Life. So if you let this flow, you just got to let the light flow through you and realize everything is going okay and it's all going to work out and it's going to move smoothly. Sometimes when you get into satiety in this card, it doesn't move fast enough for you, but you have to trust in source, higher power, God, whatever you like to say, you really have to trust in it that everything is going to work out for you. And it's not your fault. It's not what you did. It's just the circumstances that happen. And I'm also hearing some of the circumstances that happen may have been part of your destiny. Like it was supposed to happen so you can go somewhere else. And you're going to flow right into it. You're going to start seeing what's supposed to happen. And you're just going to work your way up the tree of life and really figure out where you're supposed to be in this time. So June is really about getting out of being cruel to yourself for you and really letting things flow in the right direction. You got to trust. Because if you don't trust and you try to force things in different directions or go back to something that wasn't working out, you're definitely going to go backwards and you're going to have to restart and do something else. So then we move on to your third card, group 1, and you get the Prince of Discs. So we get the Prince of Discs here for your third card, so it all flows together. So you're really letting it flow and it's working for you. It will really start to work out. You'll become strong, strong as the bull. The Prince of Cups also has to do with a lot of physicality, a lot of like in your physical realm, what you do for work. So when we look into this, he's the person on the card, the prince, is very sure of what he's doing. He's sure of his direction. He knows where he wants to go. So if you flow right into this, get out of this and flow right into it, you will see where you're going. You will be guided towards where you want to be. And then group 1, then you get the 4 of Wands, completion. So really, you just came into June being really hard on yourself, being really cruel. You thought the world was out to get you, is what I'm hearing, and things just weren't looking good. But it's time for you to sit back and let source, like I said, higher power, God, whatever you like to say, the gods, whoever you follow, whoever you trust in, you really got to believe that they have you and it's all going to work out, and it's going to bring around a full circle to completion and show you exactly where you need to be. It's really hard. I know from experience, it's really hard to let things flow and show you where you're supposed to be and really put that trust and set aside yourself from trying to do all these things. It's really hard. I understand that myself very much, but the full circle and everything you get, it's just going to come around full circle for you. And then for your 5th card, we get the Princess of Cups, which totally makes sense to what I was saying, why she would pop up, because the Princess of Cups is all about trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, all about trusting everything in your life that you're heading in the right direction, that you didn't make a mistake, that you didn't do anything wrong, that everything is okay. She's all about trusting yourself, your intuition, where to go. So this all just flows together. You just got to flow in your direction. It's going to come around full circle and really believe in trusting in yourself, which is a very hard thing to do. Like I said before, like I've been working on this for years, trusting myself. It's trusting my gut, trusting my intuition, trusting my channeling, what I hear from my spirit guides. What I'm hearing, your guys' spirit guides are very active into trying to help you to trust yourself, and they're trying to force you in the correct direction. So I would listen to them and really just you got to get out of ego, push the ego aside, push your fears aside, because ego has to do a lot with fear and everything. I know some people say, oh, that guy's got a big ego and he's like, he's all about himself, whatever like that. But it's not what ego is really all about. I like to say ego is edging God out. So when you say that and you try to get ego out so you can really trust yourself and really hear the true divine message that's really coming through for you. So you can go where you want to be, you can move forward, really listen to your spirit guides. I hear that that's very important in this, trusting in source, trusting in the light that's going to flow you in the right direction. I really recommend stop being hard on yourself, because it starts to go outwardly and you don't want to do that. And when you start to be cruel to yourself. You start to not trust your intuition, your head, everything you're doing. You lose trust in literally everything, and you start to lose trust in other people. So we got group 1. You should really just start trusting yourself, really believe in the guidance you are giving here. You're totally headed in the right direction if you can just get in that state of mind of trusting yourself. All right. Thank you, group 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading for June forecast. It's a very good one. If you like what you heard, please leave a comment below. I love you all. Okay, here. Let's move on to group 2. Shuffle your deck, group 2. All right, group 2. I'm going to pull your first card here. Group 2, you end up with disappointment. I'm sure in this time, during quarantine, COVID-19 and all this, a lot of us are disappointed in what's happening in the world. I hear you're just really disappointed, like, in literally everything. Not just yourself, but you're disappointed with, like, the government. You're disappointed with everybody around you, like they're not following like what you think is right. You're just very disappointed in people and everybody around you. You're disappointed in the world. You're disappointed in how they're treating the earth. You're disappointed in literally everything. So pretty much you're just sitting in a negative mind space of just being disappointed. So what I'm hearing, like if you're that disappointed, you got to get out of being disappointed in people. And if you feel truly what you think is right to do, go out there, help, do your part. Just don't talk about it. Let's do it. Because you would be very good at it, helping out where it needs to be helped and showing people the correct divine way of doing things. We can't just sit here in negativity and be disappointed in everything that's going on. But group 2, you get the Ace of Discs now. The Ace of Discs shows a lot of different things. You could have been disappointed in like the money you were making, I'm hearing, or the money right now, but the money's coming. A lot of completion. I like the angel wings in it. It shows that your angels have you, your spirit guides have you, whoever you're trusting in, and it's really just going to show exactly that you're doing what you're supposed to, and you're exactly where you need to be. You're going to be okay. Don't be disappointed. The money will come too. Now you get the Princess of Wands. Just like I said before, you were like disappointed in everything, that everything's going on. So the Ace of Wands totally switches your direction. And in June, maybe you'll start to see like, oh man, I can help out here. I can volunteer here. Or I can create this to help out something. Maybe you create a charity, or you really wanted to get into a charity that you're really interested in. And when we get the Princess of Swords here, when we come to that, it really just shows that when you get into this and you get into everything that you were disappointed in before, and you try to, I don't like to say fix it really. You just try to help out and steer it in a more divine direction. The Princess of Wands shows here, you're going to start tearing down old people's way of thinking. You're going to tear down your old way of thinking of just being negative all the time. It's going to go into a positive, and you're going to start taking things down and restructuring it into a beautiful thing. If you see the smoke here and all the debris flying, you're not letting any debris or any of this disappointing things and anything anymore get in your way. You're shooting it aside with your sword. You're really ambitious is what I hear. So now, since you feel ambitious, it's time to take the action with the Princess of Wands and start tearing down these old thoughts, these old ways of thinking, and tear down those altars and create a whole new one and get into action. Group 2, you come with strength. You get the the Nine of Wands. Sorry, I can't talk for for some reason. So when we get strength here, I mean, Princess of Wands and strength just really work together. You're going to move right up top. You're going to be in the light. You're just really strong. And as you go in this and persevere with your integrity and everything you see, I mean, you got really good insight. You have clear sight is what I'm hearing. So everything you're hearing and all that clear sight, and you've been wishing that you would done something about it, it's really time to take that action and do that charity or help out here if you're into helping addicts, because like, I mean, I feel like addicts have been pushed aside during this time. So take action, really help out there. It's time to get in that motivation. You are strong. You are very strong-willed person. So you should definitely do it and take action and do what you need to do. And for your fifth card, group 2, we get interference. So when we see the interference come up at the end like this, especially for your June forecast, you're going to start, I mean, everybody gets in their heads. What I'm hearing is you're going to start interfering with yourself again. It's really, you really got to trust yourself. Like I said, for group 1, it's all about trusting yourself. Other people might try to interfere with you is what I'm hearing, like family members or friends saying, oh, that, don't get into that, it's useless. One person can't change the world. One person can't do this. But I mean, that's hogwash. What you should do is keep doing what you're doing. Don't let people and other people's thoughts and the way other people think and your old ways of thinking that you destroyed here with the Princess of Wands, don't let them interfere. Interference can totally get in the way. It's totally natural to be interfered. But, I mean, it will start to make you weak again. You'll start to go backwards. You'll start to really think, oh, maybe I should just go back to what I was doing. This is too hard. Everybody thinks I'm crazy because of what I'm doing. I don't hear that. You got to shut out the interference. You got to shut them out. Really believe in your intuition and your mission and what you're trying to do. Because the Princess of Wands totally leads you right into what you love, what you really wanted to do, and what you believe in. So destroy those altars, get strong, shoo away the debris. Also with the Princess of Wands, if you start getting interference, what I'm hearing from the other people, like if they don't believe in you, really, I mean, it's time, it's time to really, I mean, see the swords and everything. What I'm hearing is the interference could be a lot of other people trying to get in your way, put you down. It's time to really cut those cords, cut their energy away, cut them maybe drastically, and like you got to totally cut them out of your lives if they're really interfering in what you believe in, because you will be guided to the people that are supposed to be in your life when you change your energy in this direction. And those people will flow in and the interference will be cut away. Those 2 strong swords, those are you. It's time to cut away all the other interference that's trying to stab into every piece of you and really take you out. Yeah, so you can't listen to anybody else. You've been listening to other people for a long time that say, oh, you shouldn't do that. The money won't be there. But I mean, we see right here, the money's there. The money is there if you're worried about money. So don't be worried about money. Don't believe, I mean, what I'm hearing is you're not that usual 9 to 5 person. You want to do something drastic. You want to do something great. You want to do something powerful. And you really want to do everything that you believe in. So cut away that interference. Cut away the interference that's in your head. Cut out your ego. Don't do it. Really shove it out, because I'm seeing in June, you're really going to start finding your way in what you truly believe in. And you will totally be into like what I call soul mission. Really find it. Group 2, if you like what you heard today, please leave a comment below. I also do personal readings and energy work. So group 2, loved your reading. It sounds really good. I hope you can help yourself. All right, group 2, love you all. Have a great June. All right, let's move on to group 3. All right, group 3, we're going to shuffle your deck here. See what group 3 has in store. All right, group 3. Your first card is the Hermit. So group 3, what I'm hearing when we pull the Hermit, I mean, I just did a card of the day on my Instagram with the Hermit. It's been popping up a lot during this quarantine time. And I love that it's popping up a lot during this quarantine time, because the Hermit, yeah, it sounds very lonely, very dramatic, and like, who wants to be a hermit sometimes? But that's not totally what this card means. This means that you have been doing a lot of self-work, a lot of self-realization. So you started realizing who you truly were, really getting inside so you can fix what was inward, so you can fit. So when we fix within, we also fix the without. I don't know why I'm using the word fix. I don't like that. So when we improve within, as within, so without is the term I was looking for. So when you really fix why do I keep saying that word? I'm sorry. Apologize. When you really start to build up your frequency and vibrations inside, nobody needs fixing. I shouldn't say that. All right. Because everybody is a great soul, great person. In group 3, you were really working on yourself. You were really, as we see here, the one dog's head of Cerberus is looking backwards. So when we look at that, it means that you've also, during this time of quarantine, COVID-19, you've been looking behind and realizing that the past is gone. You're fixed the past. Or that's what you're going to do. That's what you're beginning to do here in June, is like realizing that the past is the past, man. It's time to move forward. So you have 2 dogs' heads looking forward. So now it's time, with the strength, to look forward and look into new things, and all the troubles and the things, and even if they were bad, it doesn't matter anymore. We can energetically heal them, and through becoming the Hermit, we energetically heal these things within. So it's really about healing yourself and really understanding who you are. So then we get into the 8 of Wands, we get swiftness. The swiftness is the beautiful colors. I like to call them the rainbow chords. And we really just start to see things with swiftness and connect in a better way. And as you did the Hermit could have taken a while. And as you see in the beginning of June, you're kind of finishing, what I'm hearing, you're finishing your Hermit status. And it's going to be over kind of swiftly, and you're really moving in a better direction. And you're just going to start seeing things brighter. You're going to start seeing things in different angles and different directions that you've never really looked at things before. And you're going to, through all this experience that you've had over this time, you're really going to see things in a different kind of light. Everything's going to be a little more colorful, a little more brighter. And if you were depressed before, because you're going through this, I mean, the Hermit can cause depression, because looking at yourself isn't always the easiest thing. A lot of people refuse to look at themselves. So I give you kudos, group 3, for really looking at yourself, looking at your past, and trying to get into a new light and see things differently. And then we get the Magus, which in other decks is also known as the Magician. It is the first trump card after the Fool. So this is what you're going to turn into swiftly, because you did this work. So you are just become this. I hear you can manifest things quickly, and you can do your manifestation is very powerful with this Magus card. So you're just going to create things. But we got to watch out, because when we do get the Magus does have a dark side to it. So we can also, when we do manifest things, if we think negatively, we can also manifest the bad. And usually out of fear and all that, we can manifest the bad faster. So we have to realize what we're thinking, especially if we're incredible manifestors. Which I'm hearing, group 3, you are an incredible manifester. You kind of move into what you want to do, and things just kind of go and they get created. But you're moving so fast at certain times in your life that you've never really looked at yourself. So you just kept creating to avoid looking at yourself. But this time you did the work with the Hermit. So now you've looked at yourself so you can create things in a greater and magical, more divine way. Because before, your manifestation was a complete distraction. And when we distract ourselves from actually looking at ourselves, we don't actually heal ourselves, which causes more. We just keep repeating a cycle and we get stuck in this little loop. So group 3, you're finally coming out of the loop and you're going to start creating in a trajectory forward instead of actually manifesting in kind of a loop, because you never looked at yourself. So you're just trying to create all these different things and not knowing where you're going. And then you get the 2 of Swords, peace. So doing all this after you worked on yourself and you swiftly turn into the light magician. That just kind of, I just heard that you're like a light magician now instead of the dark magician. And things are just really lighting up and you see all the colors of the world and things are bright regardless of what is necessarily happening in the world right now. And it feels very peaceful to you. Group 3, I'm really hearing that you were kind of like out of peace. I mean, because we all know the Hermit can be very disturbing at times. And now you're just like, I can even feel energetically. You can finally breathe. You feel that you're heading in the right direction and things are just happening and you're like, yes, I can finally breathe. And who doesn't want peace? Who doesn't want to be able to breathe and not be stressed in life? I mean, you might, even with the magician, you might have manifested a new job, a new direction, and things feel peaceful because, I mean, you went through this and that is very hard work. And then your 5th card, we get the 9 of Cups, which, who doesn't love happiness? So doing all this work, group 3, this is fantastic. Kudos to you, group 3, for doing all this work and moving through this. And in June, by the end of June, you're just going to feel the happiness that you've been waiting for. Really happiness mostly with yourself, because that is the hardest happiness. We can have like, from what I said before, you're manifesting just things to be distracted. So you were very focused on the external. And when all this quarantine stuff happened, kind of the external kind of fell away. And it made you work on yourself. And it made you do what you've had to do for a long time because you were ignoring it. And it finally brings you true happiness and believing in yourself, true happiness that you're heading in the right direction. And it just brings you all this peaceful happiness, and you can start manifesting in a straight trajectory. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Thank you, group 3. I loved your reading. That is great. Kudos to you. Comment below if you like what you heard. I love you all. Thank you, soul family. All right. Let's move on to group 4. I'm going to shuffle you up, group 4. All right, I'm going to shuffle your deck 2 more times here. All right, group 4. First card you get is the 8 of Discs, which is prudence. So this card, what it truly means is a lot of slow and steady growth. So what I'm hearing is here in June, coming into June, you're in a very delicate time. This prudence is a very delicate growth. It leads to good things, but you gotta let it grow slowly. You can't force it, or pieces. Oh, sorry, I hit the camera. But pieces of it start to fall off, and you really won't grow anymore. So really let yourself grow. It's very, very delicate. You really gotta trust in this type of growth. And a lot of us, we just want now. But with prudence, we can't do the now. What I'm hearing is you want it now, but slow, steady growth, very delicate in what you're trying to do. And then for your second card, you get the Knight of Discs. So, Knight of Discs, during this slow, steady growth, you might, all the things you've been going through during COVID-19, I mean, a lot of us have been going through so much, and it has caused a lot of growth in all of us to really try to understand and comprehend what's going on in the world. And through this slow, steady growth that you've been going through, you just feel exhausted, and you just want to get to where you need to be. And you just want to be kind of like out of this. Like, can I go outside? Can I go into the sun? I don't know what to do. I'm tired. But you will get there. We see the sunset over the horizon. You will get there. It will be beautiful. So don't worry. It's coming very soon. You might be a little tired when you get there here in June, but it's okay. You did a lot. The slow, steady growth that you've had to understand and everything that was going on during this time. Maybe you lost somebody during this time, or lost a lot of friends, lost a relationship. I'm hearing during this time, group 4, you might have lost something because of this. So, but then we get lust. I always remind everybody, lust card in my deck is also the strength card in other decks. So when we see this really come up, it really but it can mean a couple different things. Sorry, I'm stuttering over my words, trying to figure out what they're trying to tell me. With this card, and we finally get there, you finally get there, and it's finally exotic, and you look at the world beautiful, and you're finally I mean, here you kind of like got peaceful and exhausted, but everything starts to become exotic again. Your life is going to turn back in a great direction. You're going to be strong. During this growth stage, what I'm hearing group 4 is that might have felt very, very weak. Very weak. That explains the exhaustion of the Knight of Discs, that you're feeling very, very weak because of whatever you may have lost. But your strength is there. You are divine strength with this card, divine lust. And get back to the way, I mean, I can use the word lustful here because that's kind of the way you looked at the world. Like, it was just exciting. There's so much stuff to do, and during this time, it kind of fucked you up. But you will get back here in June. It's a very strong card. And you get the Ace of Swords next. So when we see this, the Ace of Swords, like I said, I don't know why I keep hearing you lost something or lost somebody, and it's just been exhausting, and you lost a lot of your strength, and you didn't look at the world the same way you used to like you did in this card. And it turned kind of dark. But the Ace of Swords here, what this card tells me is that in June, you are going to get clarity on the situation. You are going to get clear messages. It's going to put your mind at ease. You're going to be very much at ease with the clarity that you get with the Ace of Swords here in June. So just trust, just let the growth happen. Whatever you lost or whatever happened, that's why prudence happened, because it's a time, it's really what happened is a time of growth for you. And during June, you're gonna finish your time of growth, but it's been exhausting. And you're gonna finally start to see the world that you used to, like you did in the Lust card, and finally get clarity and start to be at ease with everything that is going on. And then here it just signifies it again, 6 of Wands. So you're just victory. So you're gonna have victory over this trouble, extreme growth and delicate growth that you've had to go through, because it's something you've never experienced before, and it was very hard on you. So, but you will have victory over this. So in June, it's really going to lead into a better state of mind. You're going to be okay. I feel you. I just feel the exhaustion, and I feel it's hard for me to breathe. So I really feel the sorrow, like in my lungs, in my stomach, whatever happened. It's really heavy on your shoulders, as we see in the Knight of Discs. I can feel it. Like I feel very weighed down right now. So, but you're going to lift out of it with the Ace of Swords and claim your victory. And I mean, some people like think victory like fighting or this, but you're going to create victory over this very troubled time and this growth that you've had to go through. But it will be a lot easier for you. I feel you, Group 4. I feel you very much. Just trust that you're going to get some clarity on this situation. You're going to get your victory, as I would like to say, because it's a very hard situation. All right. Thank you, Group 4. If you like what you heard, you can comment below. I love you. I feel you. And please have a wonderful day and every day, Group 4. All right, let's move on to Group 5. Group 5. Shuffle your deck here. Hope everybody in Group 5 is doing okay, doing well. Feeling it. Feeling great. I mean, it's been kind of rainy here today, but I hope it's a beautiful day where you are. I mean, every day should be a beautiful day, right, Group 5? All right, Group 5, we'll pull your first card. Ooh, we get the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, really when we get the Hierophant, I mean, this is like a master card. You could have mastered yourself. Really, what I'm hearing is you really mastered what you're going to master what you're doing in June. I mean, a lot of this work probably was done in May or during all this time, and you are very happy with yourself and who you've become, because there could have been a lot of negative influences. I mean, there was so much fear in the world. You could have been struck by that, but you weren't. You mastered it, and you took advantage of your situation, and were really working on what you wanted to. So I give you kudos to that. We pull up your second card here, and you get abundance. So whenever we become the master of something and we're in our true divine power, as I like to say, and we're truly connected to Source or God or your higher power, your spirit guides, whatever you guys like to say, it doesn't matter. You can say it any way you want. I like to use Source. I also trust in my spirit guides. But you became the master, and during mastering your situation, you create this abundance. You create this abundance in your life. Could be with money, could be with family, could be with whatever you're doing. You just feel, you see, and you literally feel, gonna feel the abundance in every part of your life. So, but when we do that, I mean, we really don't want to lose ourselves, though, when we start to see this and take advantage of it and use our mastery to negative aspects. Because we see your third card here, we get defeat. So let me see what I'm hearing here. So during this time, you're going to feel really defeated, and you created all this and you figured out your mastery and you're seeing all this abundance. But in some part, you really feel defeated because, some things just happen in life and we don't really understand why. Sometimes maybe we're not even meant to understand why, but we move here, and a lot of us masters, I'm not saying I'm a master at anything, but hey, but a lot through life, we're going to feel defeat. It's totally natural, but we can't let the defeat take over us. We have to figure out, since you are the master and you can create abundance in whatever you're doing, you can master this defeat, whatever the defeat is going on. Maybe something took a different turn. You got to recreate it. You're the master. You can see in different directions. So your fourth card we get here is the Queen of Wands. Now with the Queen of Wands, what I'm hearing with the defeat and the Queen of Wands, through this defeat, you learned, just like I said, you started to learn what the direction you needed to take again, because you are the Hierophant. The Hierophant is you. Stay in that mindset that you are the Hierophant, you are the master, and you can create all the abundance. Nobody can take this away from you. It is yours to have because you are in your divine power. So with the Queen of Wands, really step out of fear. You see the seriousness. If you have to, I don't like to say to wear masks, but you can really change who you need to be in certain situations to help people or to help yourself to really move forward in your projects and what you're trying to do. The Queen of Wands is a great tool to use. You really just stepped out of fear there. Sorry, stumbling over my words. But you really stepped out of fear, stepped out of that defeat mindset that's really, I'm hearing a lot of ego today. That's really just ego. Telling you that you were defeated in your mastery, telling you you're defeated and you're going to lose your abundance. You're going to lose all this because of that. But that is not true when we see the Queen of Wands. You stepped out of that fear. Maybe you were wearing a couple masks to try to fit in certain places, but you ripped them right off and you were like, nope, I can't go in that direction. It doesn't feel right intuitively. And you moved right forward. So we grab your fifth card here, luxury. So you really are the Hierophant. You really are the group 5. You really are the master of yourselves, because you got into this. You're going to get into this for a second in June, but you're going to step right back out of it, and you're going to recreate your luxury again, recreate your abundance, and you just keep creating, keep manifesting. You just keep stepping right back into it, because, like I said before, nobody can take you down. You have a very strong mindset by this time, and you've been working on it for a while. So I recommend all those tools that you've learned, all those tools that you've been doing and mastering, keep going for it. You don't let defeat take you down. You never do. So don't let it take you down this time, because you're going to get right back to where you were. What I'm hearing, even more. The luxury is going to come again more tenfold. All right. But I hear sometimes, group 5, you do get in your head because you do not believe that you are the master. You do not believe that you are the creator, you are the master, you are really doing what you're supposed to do sometimes. And so when you get into your mindset, you start to lose who you are a little bit. You get into this, but it just shows you how good you are at stepping out of that by when we get the Queen of Wands, stepping out of fear, stepping right back into your zone, knowing who you are, knowing what you want to be, and recreating it all over again. And you just keep doing that. I'm pretty sure, if we just kept reading cards for you, it would kind of keep going in this type of cycle. So group 5, I really recommend this. Could be some type of emotional block, something you just kind of get into, but you're really good at clearing it yourself. But I'm hearing it's kind of a loop that you go into. So really watch yourself when you get into this position, because if you dig too far into it, it really could take you down and really could put you in negative, dark directions. And I mean, we see the shattered glass here. Right here, it'll just really shatter your reality. So maybe like in the past and everything, a lot of things have shattered your reality, and you get into these situations that remind you of that time, and it almost shatters you again. But in your mindset, nobody can take you down because you are the Hierophant, and you step right back into that. But I mean, sometimes a lot of us do get into a rabbit hole of emotion of that we're failures and that we're defeated. So just really, you got to step back out of that. You're pretty good at it. Don't let this one take you down. I'm seeing in June that it doesn't. So I'm not really worried about that. I just wanted to give you that warning. You have some emotional blockage here. Emotional blockage into trusting yourself because things have gone wrong before and really shattered your reality. All right, but from those experiences, we all learn from our experiences, and it really teaches us how to get out of those situations, which Group 5 I've seen that you have really learned that. So Group 5, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for coming and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you like what you heard, comment below. Please subscribe. I love you all. Everybody have a great June and a great summer.